We currently have a crazy deal going on over at poodlecfb.com. If you use code BACKTOSCHOOL, all lowercase with the number 2 in the middle, you get 50% off the annual plan. And if you use code BACKTOSCHOOL2025, again, all lowercase with the number 2, you get 40% off the monthly plan. That is the best deal we've ever ran over there. Make sure to take advantage. This is a locked-in grandfather deal, so if you lock yourself into this deal, you have it for the lifetime of your membership. So come check it out, sign up, don't miss out on the best deal we've ever ran. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Poodle back, another CFB 26 video, and in today's video, I'm going to go over the 5 best locations to choose in Dynasty mode. Now guys, before we get into the video, we're currently running our best deal ever over on poodlecfb.com. If you use code half off, all lowercase, no spaces, you get 50% off the annual plan or the monthly plan, your choice. Whatever you want, you get half off of any plans over on poodlecfb.com. Go check it out. We just launched a position change series, which takes you through every position in CFB and allows you to properly understand the way to exploit and change a player's position to maximize their skill caps, their ratings, their abilities, and everything else, and all their ideal position changes. For all you guys who love dealing with position changes, that is the series for you. We have our ultimate CFB guide that's being updated, and that launched about a month ago. So go check it out. All of our spreadsheets, thousands of lines of spreadsheets over there. If you haven't already joined, you're probably falling behind your dynasty. Come join thousands of members in the best and fastest growing CFB community. Don't forget, code half off gets you 50% off any plan. Go check it out. Let's get into the video. All right, so let's go to what we have as our 5th team on the list. So if you guys haven't watched it already, last week we dropped the bottom 5 locations. This week is going to be the top 5 locations. Now, of course, guys, there's well over 100 schools in this game. If you want the full list over on poodlecfb.com, we have the full list, rankings 1 through the other 100 or so on there. But what this does help you out with, without the full list, is basically, okay, these 5 schools are bad because of why. What schools are near these schools, those are probably bad too. These top 5 are great. Why are they great? 5 schools near them probably are also great. So on and so forth. So let's head over to my school. It's where I like to operate out of for this. And let's find the school that we're looking for. So our 5th school, and it's pretty low down. There's so many schools in this, so it's always annoying to scroll. But let's go to Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee is going to be our 5th best school in terms of pure location. 4 pipelines. They have Tennessee as an A+, Metro Atlanta as an A, Kentucky as an A, and they have 8 more locations as an A-. So we're going strictly in how many locations they have, plus pipeline grades and proximity, right? So in terms of pure proximity to other areas and pipelines, Middle Tennessee is a top 5 school. What that likely tells you, if Middle Tennessee is a top 5 school, it likely tells you that Tennessee is also a pretty great school to choose, or at least close to that top 15, right? So that's super important. And it also helps you a lot if you're trying to do a rebuild. So this helps you for 2 ways. If you're trying to do a top dominant school build and you want a school that you know can compete recruiting wise once you build up the coaching and everything else, this may help you pick a school near here. Or if you're trying to pick a bottom school like a rebuild school, you can try to aim for these areas to make sure that you're in the most advantageous spot in the country. Coming at number 4. Oh, and for Middle Tennessee, you can also look at like campus lifestyle and academic prestige and be like, okay, these are pretty bad, but maybe there's a school locally in the area that has the same area advantage, plus has the same static teammate grades or team grades similar to campus lifestyle and prestige, because they don't change. So you want to pick something that's good, and that's how you find those glitchy teams. And I always say this when doing a rebuild or picking a school, it's not just about the school and the roster. I focus on the intangibles, like what are their team grades that I can't change? Are those good? What's their proximity area, their pipelines, their deal breakers? Are those good? Once you have all that, it makes rebuilding a team just so much easier. The next team at number 4, and this is actually tied for number 4, is going to be Louisville. So Louisville, again, not great academic prestige and campus lifestyle, so I'd probably find something similar but not the same. However, Louisville has A+ in Kentucky, A in Ohio, Tennessee's an A, Illinois is an A, and Indiana's an A. And there's probably a few A- in there. But again, it's near a lot of great locations and allows you to actually be somewhat central to all those areas, kind of recruit north, east, west, south, and so on, which is super important. And I love picking schools with this foundation. A foundation like that's so important because when you pick a school, for instance, USC. USC is a great example. I love USC as the West Coast team because you can dominate West Coast recruits, but you really have no chance with those SEC recruits, especially with deal breakers, because here's 2 things that could happen. A, you find a player that wants to be on your team, but their deal breaker is proximity to home and you can't do it. Or you get strategists so that you can bring your deal breaker down so you can then recruit them. But then as dynamic deal breakers go up, perhaps that goes up and now you lose them again to the portal. And that's where I hate the proximity one. And if you're trying to hard sell them, if proximity to home is one of their hard sells, then when you go to hard sell them, you have to hard sell them with a D red or like a C orange, and that, or a C yellow. And that's where it really starts to suck. That it's really hard to beat anyone, because even if you have high interest on them, eventually when it comes time to hard sell, you're gonna be behind. So that's where I kind of struggle with picking a school that's that far. Picking these centrally located schools are just always gonna have such a huge advantage. Can recruit a little bit in New York, a little bit in Ohio. You know, like the schools that are the recruits that Notre Dame are going after, Michigan going after, you may have a bit of them on there too. And then with the schools that like Ole Miss and Georgia going after, you'll have a bit of those in your list, and you can kind of like dip around anyway and have access to more recruits as well. And the more recruits you have, the higher chance you have of getting players that go unrecruited, or less of a battle for them. The next one at number 3, and I went the wrong way, is going to be Missouri. Missouri comes in at number 3, and they have C+ and C on the static grade. So again, not exactly my prime choice of school, but again, this is a location video. Missouri has A+ in Missouri, A in Illinois, A in Indiana. They have 4 locations after that with A-, and then a bunch of B+ and Bs. They're pretty centrally located. So if you did need, like, if you were like in a league and you want to be in the SEC and Missouri was like the last option, not a horrible choice for location, but remember the location is probably good for a lot of SEC teams. There's just a lot of recruits in that area. So what you're looking for really is those sneaky teams you could do. Tied for first. We're going to go the reverse way for this one because it's kind of far. It's going to be in the A's, and we're going to have, as we go through, and it takes forever. So Arkansas State is going to have A+ in Arkansas, A in Tennessee, A in Mississippi, A in Missouri, and 3 more with an A-. Only so many schools have so many A's. As you guys know from last week's list, just to give you a rundown on this, a school like Hawaii had A+ in Hawaii and F everywhere else as their second best. A school like Washington State had A as their best, and then B, B-, C+, C+. As you can see, none of these have even dipped into B's yet. But Arkansas State has a bunch of A's here. Like I said, A+, A, and then 3 locations as an A-. So Arkansas State, again, similar thing. If you like Arkansas State, Arkansas, probably the better choice of teams here. But the general area. And let's go to our number 1 team, which makes total sense because they actually were one of my teams that I picked early in the year as like my top rebuild team. So it's funny that they ended up being ranked number 1. Vanderbilt. And now they're a team that not only are they first in location, they also have great B+ campus lifestyle and A- academic prestige. So very easy team to build. Access to a lot of recruits, access to a lot of boards. They're going to be a higher prestige. So they're 60 overall team. They should be like a 0-star. The reason they're only 2 stars is because they have A- here, B+ here, and SEC conference prestige. These 3 things alone give you basically 3 A's / almost A's off the rip that aren't going to change. And that is why Vanderbilt's there. If you even build up their roster just a little bit and have one decent season, you're a 3-star. You do a somewhat half decent job and you're a 4-star. It is that easy with Vanderbilt, and plus all the recruits you get access to. They have an A+ in Tennessee, Metro Atlanta A, Kentucky A, and they have 7 more locations with A-, and then a bunch of B+ and B's. They are the best location. They're one of my favorite rebuild teams. They have a lot of good static grades. As a whole, Vanderbilt's kind of a powerhouse in terms of small school rebuilds, especially, and again, where I love this list for is when you're on a league that has restrictions. Think 2-star or less only, and everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna pick Tulane, or I'm gonna pick Washington type of schools like Washington State, and you're like, oh, like those are fun. Meanwhile, you have access to this list or access to this knowledge, and you know, okay, they can take those teams. I'm going Vanderbilt, which is like a sneaky diamond in the rough team, and that's where you get these advantages. Remember, CFB moves in 4-year intervals. Having a great first 4 years because you capitalized on knowing exactly what team to choose under a restriction league is going to skyrocket your growth in that league. And honestly, it's just so funny because it upsets your friends when like, how is Vanderbilt a 4-star in year 3? This is nonsense. You're cheating. All of our schools are only a 2.5 so far. And it's like, yeah, this because you kind of had a two prestige lead with just the campus lifestyle and the academic prestige. It's the same reason that USC sits at like a 4-star, even though their roster is pretty trash and everything else pretty trash. It's because of their static grades, and their location isn't great. If their location was better, that'd be even better. But Vanderbilt kind of has that USC effect over East, right? It's a little bit of the same thing where they have like a lot of good recruits in the area. They have the good static grades. Their roster is just kind of trash. So for a 2-star or less team, this is a great choice. Hopefully this gave you guys some more insight. Again, if you want full access to the list over on poodlecfb.com. If you use code HALFOFF, you get 50% off any plan. And not only do you get access to that list, you get access to thousands of other lines of spreadsheet items that help you dominate your dynasty. You get access to our position change video series, video tutorials, in-depth analysis, our Discord, and so much more. So make sure to go sign up. You guys don't want to miss it. We are the best and fastest growing CFB community out there. Come join thousands of members who are currently dominating their dynasty. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy. And don't forget Chalkboard. If you ever want to play daily fantasy, Chalkboard hooked us up with a code down below in the description or in the pinned comment section. Or if you use code PoodleCFB, you get a free $20 to play with. That could be as many as you want. A few $1 lines, a few $5, a straight 20. It's free, no credit card, no deposit, nothing required. It's a free $20. Make sure to take advantage of it. It takes you 5 seconds. I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.